ISRO's workhorse launch vehicle PSLV C-25 precisely places Mars orbiter in an elliptical orbit around the Earth. President Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh and UP Chairperson Sonia Gandhi congratulate ISRO on the successful launch of Mangalyaan. President Pranab Mukherjee calls for strengthening district and local administration to contain communal violence. A Bangladesh court awards death sentence to 152 soldiers for the role in 2009 mutiny and massacre of 74 people. First test match between India and West Indies to be played at Eden Gardens in Kolkata tomorrow. Team India busy in practice, touching to play his 199th test match. Cricket fans in a joyous mood to welcome Sachin Tendulkar. Hello and good evening. You're watching the news at 8 p.m. I am Nancy Kohli. In a big step forward, India's maiden mission to Mars was today successfully launched with its polar satellite launch vehicle placing the Mars spacecraft into an intended Earth orbit. ISRO's PSLV C-25 successfully injected the 1,350-kilogram Mangalyaan orbiter into the orbit around Earth some 44 minutes after the launch at 2:38 p.m. from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1, 2.
At 2:38 p.m. on Tuesday, amidst bated breath and watchful eyes, India made a giant leap in its space program. ISRO's trusted warhorse, PSLV C-25, lifted off Mangalyaan from Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The orbiter was successfully put into elliptical Earth parking orbit, where it will stay until the 1st of December before pressing on a further 40-kilometer-long voyage to the Red Planet.
Extremely happy to announce that the PSLV C-25 vehicle has placed the Mars orbiter spacecraft very precisely into an elliptical orbit around Earth. This is the 26th flight of our PSLV, and it has been primary deployment over. It has been a new and complex mission design to ensure that we will be able to move the Mars orbiter spacecraft from the orbit of Earth to the orbit of Mars with minimum energy. It is a joyous moment for all of us. The world was expecting that what is going to happen. Will India succeed? We have proved it, the scientists have proved it. I wholeheartedly congratulate all the scientists for the successful Mars mission.
Once the spacecraft reaches Martian orbit, ISRO would reduce the velocity so that it is captured by the orbit and does not fly past Mars. The spacecraft is expected to reach Mars orbit by September 2014. With the liftoff, India is joining the elite league of countries like the US, Russia and Europe to undertake a successful Mars mission. If successful, it will also make India the only Asian country to reach Mars. Mangalyaan is expected to send enormous amount of data about the surface and atmosphere of the Red Planet to the Deep Space Communications Facility at Bayalalu in Karnataka. Mangalyaan is the most cost-effective Mars mission so far, just $70 million or 450 crore rupees, as against $2.5 billion Curiosity mission by NASA. Only 21 out of a total 51 missions to Mars by these 5 countries have been successful. Mission Mars is also full of beautiful coincidences. The launch happened on Mangalwar, the day of Mars. It also marks the silver jubilee flight of ISRO's most trusted launch vehicle, the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. Earth's immediate neighbor Mars was shrouded with mystery and fiction. However, Mars, although was out of the orbit of Earth, is now connected to Earth through this Mars orbiter. Very soon, the ISRO scientists will establish the navigation from this Mars orbiter and connect it to the deep navigation centers at Bangalore. ISRO's aim to connect to Mars seems to have reached a successful level, and ISRO is now looking forward to see how the payloads work in this Martian atmosphere when this reaches Mars in 300 days. With Jaising, Aisha Khanum, DD News, Sriharikota. The President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, also congratulated the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, for the successful launch of the Mars orbiter spacecraft on the PSLV C-25. The President said that the launch is a significant milestone in the progress of nation's space program and space applications, and that the day shall go down as a landmark one in country's space program, inspiring scientists to make even greater strides in achieving the national goals in the field of space. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has also hailed the launch of Mars mission as a historic achievement and congratulated ISRO scientists for the significant milestone. The Prime Minister called up ISRO Chairman Dr. K. Radhakrishnan to congratulate him and his team of scientists and extended his best wishes for a successful future. In his message, Dr. Singh said it was the first step towards a successful mission and was a testimony to ISRO's mastery of the launch vehicle technology. Congress President Sonia Gandhi today lauded scientists for the successful launch of Mars orbiter mission. Sonia Gandhi said that every Indian is proud of this outstanding scientific feat. Former President and renowned scientist APJ Abdul Kalam also complimented Indian Space Research Organization for the successful launch of Mars orbiter. In his message, Kalam said, the Mars orbiter of India is in a great mission of a 400 million kilometer journey which has commenced successfully. Dr. Kalam expressed confidence that ISRO will cross challenges in the mission on 1st December when the orbiter is given trans-Mars injection and it escapes from the Earth's sphere of influence. In some other news, President Pranab Mukherjee has stressed on strengthening local administration for quickly containing situations of communal violence. Addressing the passing out parade of IPS probationers at the National Police Academy in Hyderabad, the President expressed concerns over the worrying bout of communal violence in some parts of the country, accompanied by a deterioration in inter-community relations. A team of top Election Commission officials today visited Assembly poll-bound Mizoram and held consultations with various political parties and poll officials in the state. Led by Chief Election Commissioner V.S. Sampath and also comprising Election Commissioners H.S. Brahma and S.N.A. Zaidi, the team met a cross-section of people to assess the poll preparedness. While the Commission held separate meetings with political parties, it later met poll officials in the state to discuss preparations and the challenges ahead. While Mizoram goes to polls on 25th of this month to elect its 40-member state assembly, whereas the Congress is seeking to stage a comeback. Bharatiya Janata Party MP from Gujarat, Dinu Boga Solanki, was today taken into custody by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Earlier in the day, the probe agency questioned the MP in connection with sensational murder of RTI activist Amit Jethwa, who had filed a plea before the Gujarat High Court against illegal mining in Gir Forest. Solanki, an MP from Junagadh, arrived at the CBI headquarters this morning and was questioned by a special team there. The MP had earlier been given a clean sheet by the Gujarat police. On to some other news now. A total of 152 Bangladeshi soldiers were today sentenced to death by a special court in one of the world's biggest ever mass criminal trials for their role in a 2009 mutiny and massacre of around 70 people, including top army officers. A total of over 800 ex-paramilitary soldiers and 26 civilians were put on trial, and Dhaka Metropolitan Sessions Court gave life imprisonment to 158 rebel soldiers and jail terms of 3 to 10 years to 251 others, while acquitting 271 people. The paramilitary border guards staged a 2-day mutiny over pay and other grievances against military leaders during February 2009. Then BDR Chief Major General Shakil Ahmed was among those killed, and the mutinous hacked to death, tortured and burnt alive 74 people whose bodies were dumped in sewers and shallow graves in Dhaka. Cricket seems over